Well, Saturday is the 40th anniversary of a crime that did more than shake a nation and grab headlines worldwide. Many analysts say the assassination of President John F. Kennedy changed both the history of the United States and its national psyche. Jeff Greenfield takes a look.
Of course the country was traumatized by the Kennedy assassination. The murder of a young president in broad daylight was shocking enough. The images, transmitted almost instantly through the increasingly pervasive medium of television, held the country mesmerized for days. But there's another, much less recognized part of the story here. The assassination came at a time when America was in the grip of widespread optimism. No matter where you looked in the fall of 1963, things were looking up.
By using efficient machinery,
as it happened, John Kennedy's election coincided with the start of the longest peacetime expansion of the economy in American history. It was growing at nearly 4% a year. Inflation was averaging barely 2%, and unemployment was dropping steadily. And
our wants will never end.
From suburban homes to color televisions to automobiles, a level of comfort almost unimaginable to children of the Depression and World War II had become a reasonable middle-class expectation. And a Kennedy tax cut plan was working its way through the Congress. No wonder 77% of Americans said they were satisfied with their standard of living. But there were bigger reasons for optimism. A year earlier, with the Cuban Missile Crisis, the world had come very close to nuclear war. But in the summer of 1963, Kennedy could announce agreement on a limited nuclear test ban treaty with the Soviet Union.
Yesterday, a shaft of light cut into the darkness.
The Senate ratified that treaty in September. The president signed it a month later, and the prospects for a thaw in the Cold War were real. Yes, there was trouble stirring far away in South Vietnam. A coup had violently removed that nation's president. 15,000 American advisors were there,
to teach Vietnamese fighting forces how to put them.
But no hints of the wider war that was to come. On the home front, there was progress on the most vexing of national dilemmas, civil rights. On August 28th of 1963, 250,000 Americans had gathered peacefully in Washington to hear Martin Luther King talk of his dream. And the most far-reaching civil rights bill in history was before the Congress. The first of the riots that would plague dozens of American cities was almost a year away. The point is not that John Kennedy was responsible for this wave of optimism, or that he would necessarily have avoided the ills that followed, but the fact that things seemed to be going so well on so many fronts and seemed to turn so wrong just a year or two later is yet another reason why the assassination marks a turning point in American history. Jeff Greenfield, CNN, New York.